If you want to get to know a foreign city, the way I see it is you have two options. The first is to read a book, but that involves too much sitting still for my liking. And the second is to observe life along the river. After all, that's where cities begin. Memorial Bridge is, I suppose, an emblem of that beginning. The bridge opened in 1932 to mark 150 years since Rama I founded the Jakri dynasty and moved the capital to the other side of the river. I'm told that Thais don't call it Memorial Bridge at all. They call it Saphan Phra Phutthayotfa, Phutthayotfa Julalok being the full name of King Rama I. Personally, I prefer the Thai name. Not only because it makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about, but also because the word memorial doesn't signify very much. The Thai name, on the other hand, gives us a glimpse into this area's history and reminds us of the footprints that Rama I left behind. The bridge was built by the British steel company Dorman Long, best known in the UK for constructing the Tyne Bridge in Newcastle. I suppose that's why, for Western visitors like me, this place feels so familiar. All day long, vendors of one sort or another pass over the bridge, filling up their carts with goods on one side of the river and selling it all on the other. Pushing a cart up a ramp under a midday sun in the tropics must be hard work, and I'm sure that many of these workers are often far too tired to appreciate the view of the river from up here. And then there are others who come here especially for that. Up here you'll often see young women fresh from the flower market photographing each other in front of the boats with their bouquets, or posing coquettishly behind steel beams as the traffic whizzes on by. The view at the end of the bridge I like a lot. I want to take a photo here someday. A wide-angle lens is needed since the pillars are so high, but then the bridge looks small and the foreground empty. So a vehicle is needed in the foreground then, but not a bus. A bus will block the bridge. A tuk-tuk is mostly see-through, that might work. A motorbike perhaps. And I'll need some clouds. There'll be a lot of empty sky without them, but not too many. Too many will block the light and might overlap with the pillars. Since the photo already exists in my head, I suppose I don't need to take one at all, and I guess I can't stand around here all day. The area beneath the bridge isn't the prettiest. Motorbike drivers look tired as they rest in the bridge's shade. Buses queue up to collect passengers before joining the traffic's endless stream. There's a parking lot where crates of goods are brought to the flower market, and a rubbish heap where crates of goods are taken away again. I like this area because it's lively. There's always boats, cars, and people coming and going, and I admire those who work here all day, shirts drenched in sweat under a hot sun, dragging cartloads of heavy goods to and fro. I'm sure the work is exhausting. Just behind the Yot Piman Riverwalk sign, there's a narrow street called Soi Empire, which runs parallel to the river. The street is just behind Bak Klong Talat, Bangkok's famous flower market. All day long, vendors bring goods down this street, delivering stock to be sold inside. If you're visiting the flower market, don't just stick to the main street. Behind it, there's a working zone that, though darker and less inviting, is full of life and is worth exploring. As for Soi Empire, apart from the workers carting their loads, there isn't a lot to see here, except for a small shrine easy to miss, which is dedicated to King Rama I, yet another reminder of the king's legacy in this part of the city. I keep walking, watching people sweep roads, stack boxes, and prep shops for the day ahead. Eventually the road takes a turn when it reaches the canal. It's full of life here too. I suppose it's ideal for street photography. The canal is called Khlong Rop Krung. It's the perfect spot to dry laundry, or to sit quietly with a fishing rod. Two of the fishermen greet me and pose for a photo. The pair work here, operating whatever that assemblage of brickwork and steel is, a dam I suppose. They too are unwinding with a spot of fishing after a hard day's work. Just beyond, where the canal gives way to the river, lies Rajinee Pier, Rajinee being the Thai word for queen. This pier is a recent addition to the landscape. and its geometric design gives this old area a slightly more modern feel. The pier, a key transport hub that connects to Sanam Chai MRT station, also seems to serve two other functions. First, there is a ramp leading up to the rooftop, to a spot that offers a panoramic view of the riverside. Tourists and locals like to come up here for the views. Second, since there are a number of schools nearby, the pier seems to have become a place for teenagers to hang out, the Thai equivalent of the area behind the bike shed. The rooftop has a few secretive nooks where cigarettes can be shared, graffiti sprayed, and kisses stolen. And of course, many simply come here with their bouquets and smartphones to pose before the skyline. I like this spot, and I could easily spend hours here, watching the boats drifting past iconic landmarks like Santa Cruz Church, Vishai Brazit Fort, and Wat Arun. I feel that there's something very calming about watching the boats pull in and out of the pier, and watching the people come and go with the current. In a city where the sun keeps people indoors, it feels to me like it's the water that brings them out again, to catch a fish, or a boat, or a glimpse of a view worth remembering. As I stand and look out across the river, I sense that, behind me, there are teenagers waiting patiently for me to leave, so they can continue to have their fun. So I guess I ought to be on my way.